Good morning, everybody. This is Debbie from Stamps and Stuff, and I am a independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based out of beautiful Lake Havasu City, Arizona, along the Colorado River. This morning, I'd like to share with you a cute little Christmas card, and we'll be using the Merry Moose for it. Just a really cute little set. So let's get started. Get my bits and pieces out here. First of all, I'm going to show you how to recreate your own snow using glue and embossing powder. So what I'm using is the Stampin' Up fine tip glue. Put this over here. And what we're going to do with this, let me get this card out of the way so it doesn't get spare runaway embossing powder on it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take with my fine tip, I'm going to put glue on the tips, the top of the branches. I don't know how good you can see this. I'm not real good at my program yet, so to be able to get in on a close-up. But as I get better at that, I'll be able to zoom in for you. But you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, so. Anyway, you just want to get the tops of the branches, because if you really look at snow-capped trees, they are just that, snow-capped. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me grab this with a little pair of tweezers, and I'll get my embossing powder. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to put this on here, and where the glue is, then see the embossing powder is going to stay. Oh, I don't want to leave that over there without clicking that on, because I can just see that embossing powder ending up on the floor. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this with the heat, and when you see the powder begin to puff, and it will puff just like the snow that you get, the puffy snow, and that basically is all there is to it. So I'm always been tired of getting snow only to go to use it for your Christmas cards, which we do all year round, and you go to pull it out and it's all hard. So okay, and one of the keys to keeping your fine tip glue running and not all jammed up is keep the pin in the nozzle. And that is very important. Now, if you do have a problem with your nozzle, I have, in other words, let me show you. These come apart, and that pin comes off. That's the nozzle, and I have replacement nozzles. I found them and I've ordered them, so you can email me and I'll get one out to you. But yes, so now what I'll have to do is put this pin in the nozzle again, because I've taken it all apart. But now my pin has come off of the top because it's used for classes and too many people have put it in wrong and didn't get it right in, so mine is separated. Okay, let's get going here with our card. And what I'm going to do here is get the front panel ready. For the focal images. This is a really cute little stamp set. It is Mary Moose, and it was really popular last year, and they have brought it back this year. And so if you did not get the punch, it comes, you can get a punch with it, so you can punch out the moose. But don't delay, because last year they sold out and there was a lot of people that weren't able to get the moose punches. Anyway, this is just a darling little set. It's got the moose, and it's got his raccoon friend and the trees presents. It's got snow, a little hat. It's got the scarf and sentiments. So it really is a cool set. So anyway, alrighty. Now what I'm going to do here first is I am going to put my snow layers on, kind of about so. And I leave mine long so that I can kind of adjust them. You can always cut them off the side, but I like it to look like there's just a little something going on rather than a straight snow line. Okay. Now I'm going to trim this off right here. Okay. I'll get this a little closer. I should have put this on the designer paper before I mounted it to the back panel, but I could have cut it flush with the outside edge. That would have been okay, but and then I like to get this mounted so that as I'm working on my focal point of the card, I'm mindful of the borders and how it's going to look when it's totally finished, rather than sometimes things change if you get it all put together and then put it on the image and it sticks over too far or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to take some dimensionals. Take your pick tool so I can get these jackets off and in the trash so they're not going through my house. Okay, now I'm going to put this tree right in about there. And then with this, I'm going to use the mini dimensionals on the back. Put them kind of strategically so you don't hopefully see them. I'll put this one in the back too. Let me clip this off so I can get it down in there just a little lower. And it's okay to breach these edges. You just don't want to get it over the card base because then they won't go into the envelopes. Okay. This one on here. Okay, I'm going to get my little moose here, and what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to put just a little bit of shading. I'm going to start with my light bronze here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade in here kind of where the artist has their marks. That's a good indication that that's where the shadows are going. And you don't have to do much on this guy. Get his little beard. Okay, and now what I'm going to do with this here is in the stamp set, you see this right here, those are his footprints in the snow. So we want to make sure that we get those in. And put those in with some early espresso. And I'm going to put them a little behind him because those are tracks that he has already made. Okay. Get my jackets off. Okay, now I'm going to put him right in about there. And now what I'm going to do is pick up one of these. There's my little... Now, how can you lose something in about a 2-foot area? But it happens. Okay, I'm going to put his little hat and muffler on here because he's all ready for Christmas there. And the hat, this has even got a little bitty Santa hat for him. So I stamped it on some of the red paper. In fact, I used cherry cobbler was the color I used. And then I put the little pom-pom on. With a white gel pen. Now you could take if you had a hole punch, you could take a white hole punch and put a little bit bigger poof, or you could take a cotton ball and make your own. That would be really, really cute. Okay, so then we want to get one of these other trees here that I've already done. We want to get them over here. So the card won't be lopsided in design. Okay. Now I'm going to put this tree right under here. Okay. And now I have the sentiment is already done, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. There's happiest of holidays, Merry Christmas. How cute is that? Have a cozy Christmas. Enjoy the stillness of the season. Really, really cute little set. Okay, I'm going to put this right here, going all the way to the edge. Okay, now I'm going to take some of our adhesive backed snowflakes, and I'm going to put a little bit of snow around. What we usually do with these, which is the, did I get the, no, I got the sticky side. Got the sticky side up, need the sticky side down. Okay, what you generally do with an embellishment like this is you put it in a triangle. It makes it just a little more pleasing to the eye. Okay, now we're going to get going on our inside, and I have stamped Merry Christmas. I put his little raccoon friend in here and his tracks. Okay, and now this one here, I'm doing this card a little different than the sample. See, this one, I kind of offset that, and it gives the effect kind of a fence, and it will do the same with this the way I do that. But just according to your own personal preference. But I like to carry the theme from the front of the card into the inside of the card. I've kind of got the shakes today. My sugar has been a little low, but I've had plenty of protein and everything, but it tends to give me the shakes when it's run low. Okay. There we go. Now we want to get another little mousse. And we will kind of take care of these shadows in here. Okay. Now this one, I don't tend to pop much up on the inside because it's needs to be a little flatter. If you get too much popping on top of popping, you have a problem mailing them. So we don't want it to get too big. Okay, now I'm going to put this one in under here. So now we're beginning to bring this in. Now I want to color this in. I'm going to start with my bronze color, and then I'm going to move to the soft suede. Then I'm going to go to the darkest. Now there are some that go from the darkest to the lightest. I think it's just personal preference what you want to do, and I'm just catching some of these areas that would be shaded. Then I'm going to go back here to my lighter, and then I'm going to kind of just catch the edges so that it's going to blend a little bit, and it'll show those shadows. Okay, now I want to get a little bit of our, this is Smoky Slate. I want to get him it in with the lighter. And then we'll go with the darker, and I'm going to catch these shadow areas, you know, on his tail where the little stripes are, the back of the leg, anywhere that would be kind of a shadow. And then we want to go back to the light and blend it off just a bit. Just kind of catch those edges, so it doesn't look like there's harsh lines where you've put the darker in. Now I can go in a little bit here too with him. Let me use this other side here. Okay, and I will do this. Now that's the light, but I'm going to go to the bronze. This will blend as these alcohol markers dry. They will blend in. Okay. Okie dokie. Now we will get our other scarf. And with this glue, less is more. It's a strong glue, so you don't have to have much of it, and it gets really sticky if it oozes out. It kind of stays sticky. Okay. Whoop. Okay, now every once in a while when you cut your paper, and I cut this on a cutter and it left a raw edge on my big cutter. So what I do is I have a nail file, and I just take and rub this just right on the edge like that. And see how that takes care of that edge? So that's a little tip for you, because that happens quite a bit. Okay. Now we're going to mount this on the inside. Just like this. And another tip, keep your fingers and hands clean, because I've got a little spot there. And if it's glue, I have a little glue eraser that will take that off. It felt like glue. Yeah, that was a little tiny bit of glue. So that takes it right off. Had it been some ink, I have these are little, they're 3M, you get them at the hardware store, and they are 3M sanding sponges, and they come in a pack of 3, and they're probably about 4-inch square, and I cut them up, and they are just really good. They're my first go-to, because what they'll do is they'll sand that first layer of paper off, and we'll take the ink off. If that doesn't work and you need to go deeper, you can use a mono eraser, but the sanding sponge is my first choice. It has worked for years and it's really good. Okay, so there's the front of our card and there's the inside of our card, and now we will move to the envelope, and we don't want any naked envelopes. Can't have those. We have a riot in the classroom if we have naked envelopes. So we are going to stamp our moose on the front. Oops, I almost didn't leave enough room for his little tracks. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to mount this paper on the flap of the envelope. So you want to go, whoops, that is way too much glue, especially this kind of glue. I want to go just right around the edge, a little bit down the center. And then what you're going to do with this is you're going to butt it right up to where the edge is, where that crease is. You're going to, whoops, you're going to butt it right up. Now I could have left it on the other side because all of this designer paper, which is, it is Classic Christmas, it all coordinates. So you have on the one side, you have these patterns, and then on the other side you have these. So there's all kinds of choices, but they all coordinate, so you can mix and match your designs, but your colors, that's one thing, the beauty of Stampin' Up! Products, they all color coordinate. Okay, and also I didn't mention these are the dies that you can get with the set. They're called the pine wood dies, and there are all kinds of trees. This one here we used to make a shaker card, was really cute. We cut it out and all these little pieces come out and it sits on a window and the shaker is in behind it. It's really cute. So you have the snow drifts and the trees, several different trees. It's really a cool die set. Okay, now we want to clip our edges here. So, there you go. There is the card, the inside, and the envelope. It's a really cute card, and I think anybody would really be excited to get it. Also, if you would need a catalog for Stampin' Up! Products, you can go to my website and click on the catalog and send me your name and address and I'll get you a catalog out. Also, this is our November host code, and for every $35 order before tax and shipping, we have a free host code gift, and what that is this month is it's a note card set, and there is 24 envelopes and note cards with it. So anyway, that's cool, and that you will get for your order. If your order is over $150, don't use the host code because Stampin' Up! Will reward you with Hostess rewards. So go ahead and leave the host code off, but when the order comes through, I'll know. And then what I need you to do is be sure and contact me on the contact button and give me your name and address so I'll know where to send the gift for you. Also, all the particulars on this card will be on the website probably an hour from now. I'll get them up to you. Also, if you like this video, please like it and share it. Whenever you like and share or comment, your name goes in for a drawing, and our drawing this month is for a free paper pumpkin kit. Let me see, anything else? I think that's about it. So thank you for stopping by, and